YouTube, what's up? Waiver Wire Fiends, you all know the deal. This is our Week 14 NFL quarterbacks list. 3 you got to start, and 3 you should stay the hell away from. Evict them, get them away from your brain. They don't need to be there. I'll start, Nick. I'll start. Quarterback, you have to start. This dude cried at a press conference, hasn't lost a game since. Give me Derek Carr, okay? He just looks incredible. And they're going up against a Rams defense that's old, looks defeated, out of place. Then you got Devontae Adams. Hey, I don't know. Give me Derek Carr for my first quarterback you got to play.
I love that. I didn't put him on my list, but it's not because of him. I mean, he's been balling out since that crying moment.
Yeah.
Maybe one on my list should try that. But I'm gonna go my first one. Somebody that I guess has been on the seesaw. I'm gonna say Justin Herbert. He's been on the seesaw of just should I start him, should I not? Looking at who he plays next week and having all his weapons back except Mike Williams, I think he's a solid play for 14 to get you your, say, about 20 points.
Yeah, I think it's a safe spot. And, going up against the Dolphins defense that looked kind of atrocious today against a team that had a lot of weapons, and the Chargers certainly do as well. So I like that. My second must play, Jared Goff. And that might be a surprise to a lot of people. But they're going up against a Minnesota defense that made Mike White look like a stud, okay? And he don't have no weapons. Jared Goff got weapons, okay? He got Amon-Ra. He got a bunch of other people, like his name is escaping me, DJ Chark. He got weapons. He got weapons over there. And if they made Mike White look like a stud, imagine what Jared Goff going to look like next year.
I will say this. Jared Goff is my third on my list, so I'm just going to go with that. I have him on my list. I do feel that I agree. I mean, his running backs help him out anyways. It's just one of those things that, like, I have to put him in at this point. You have injuries coming in now. You have quarterbacks that are struggling still that we'll go through, that are in people's starting lineups for I don't know what reasons. Right. Jared Goff has been consistent. That's what you look for in fantasy. He has the weapons. He can make the big plays. Honestly, he deserves probably a better team next year. But fantasy-wise, add him on your team. Use him.
He guaranteed 15 to 20, baby. That's what we're here for. We're giving you the guaranteed players. The next guaranteed player is Brock Purdy or whoever the hell the Niners have at quarterback next week. Because whoever they got too many damn weapons to not be good enough to put up 15 to 20 points. That team is stout on offense. They got weapons, and if it's a decent half-ass quarterback, even Brock Purdy put up I think it was 22 fantasy points today. That's quality. That's quality. That's all you're looking for. Consistency.
I mean, he has a tight end. He has I don't know how many receivers.
At least
one of the
3
top running backs. Yeah, he has no reason to not do good. I'll go with mine. It was a seesaw quarterback. I think. Seeing how he played in prime time, Dak Prescott seems like he's going to get maybe a new weapon in Odell if he passes his thing. I'm not for we'll get to that later, but I feel for Dak it's one of those things where he has to compete to try to beat Philly out. So they're going to play at their hardest, which is what you kind of want in the playoffs. You want that full throttle. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup.
Yeah.
And Dalton Schultz, both running backs. I think he's a safe play. Plus, he uses his legs a lot. So I think he's, my second to third pick, I think he's a quality 19, 20 points.
I agree. All right, so on our don'ts list, these are the guys you should stay away from. They smell. They're not good, okay?
Just drop them.
This is going to be a shocker to Nick, but my first one is Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
That boy looked terrible. Terrible last week. And he's going up against a Bengals defense that looked pretty good against Pat Mahomes. They looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Might get ran over, but I don't think it's going to be by Deshaun Watson.
I have Deshaun. I mean, I feel like all 3 on my list can be either 1 through 3. It doesn't really matter because they all pretty much are doing bad. Deshaun Watson looked terrible against the Texans defense. And he made – I mean, I do give the Texans defense credit. They have a nice secondary, but come on, dude. There was so many – I thought I was watching a baseball game. There was so many balls in the ground. There was all over Twitter. A lot of Cleveland fans were like, "Can we just put Jacoby back in, please?" Because it was terrible. And I mean, what'd you expect? Dude hasn't played in 2 years.
They
I don't
look
see.
tight. Might need a massage. I don't know.
I just don't see like more than likely a lot of people that played him. You probably, if it was crucial, you probably didn't make the playoffs. So don't make
Yeah.
the same mistake again. Don't play him. Just drop him at this
Yeah.
point. I feel.
I mean, you can stash him, see if he starts lining it up, because if he does, then cool. But I ain't putting him in my starting lineup. That's for damn sure. Yeah, taxi squad, you send him down there.
Leave him on the bench, balling out.
More balls in the dirt than Lance McCullers. So
Facts. Hey.
yeah. My second don't play of the week. This one might shock you too. Is Mike White. That kid looked like a stud against Minnesota, but he's going up against Buffalo, and I just don't see the Jets like amounting much offense here. It's the thing that they struggled to do all year, especially with Zach Wilson in there. They got Mike White. Mike White looks decent,
Yeah.
but I just like that Buffalo defense is kind of stout. So I'm staying away from Mike White, Week 14.
I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not mad at that at all, actually. My next one that I have Russell Wilson. I don't know why people are still having him in your lineup at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's right.
his weapons just keep going down. Also on offense, his O-line sucks. He's terrible.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can possibly tell me. I think he's ranked like 16. There's at least 15 better quarterbacks than him. There's at least 10 out there that you can grab and probably get over him. I don't see the reason why you would want to even take the chance on him. I don't care what defense he's playing.
I had Russell Wilson in the league, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm just going to ride it out. And then I checked the waiver wire today, and Geno Smith was still sitting there, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And so I picked him up, and I won, because Geno Smith's a baller. My third quarterback to stay away from in Week 14 of the NFL season is Danny Dimes, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. That defense getting scarier and scarier. I don't want no part against it. So I'm not playing Danny Dimes.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
My next one on my list is, I'll say Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee. I'm only saying because it seems like it's that part of the year where teams are going to be like, okay, I'm going to let you beat me now.
Yeah.
And it's a division game. He's going against Jacksonville.
Yep.
He looked, I don't want to say terrible against Philly. Philadelphia's defense was on point.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I can't feel comfortable with you 100% at a crucial win or go home moment. And I think that's where I'm at with him.
I feel that. Well, if you made it to this point of the video, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Costs you guys nothing, does a ton for us. We genuinely appreciate you getting to us to 1,000 sub. Next goal is 2,000. And until next time, we'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
Later.